Welcome to the Zest4 Customer Portal. The Zest4 Customer Portal is an easy to use and interactive portal through which partners and in-house customers can monitor and manage all their connections in one place. So let's now have a look at some of the exciting features, starting with the invoice screen. So this is the invoice screen. On this screen you can go back and look at past invoices as far back as you have invoices. So we'll start on the most recent invoice, and what you'll see here is a summary where you can download a PDF invoice, a Excel file of the rentals, and also an Excel file for the monthly CDRs. So underneath here we have a breakdown of each individual number. We can filter this like you would do with Excel via usage charges, and in the search box we can search via mobile numbers, or we can also search by usernames as well. So for example here I'll just put in Mandy and it brings up Mandy's number. We can then go on to an individual number and see a further breakdown of the charges on that number. So it'll have the rentals at the top and the tariff name, and then underneath it'll have a breakdown of the type of usage on that invoice, so voice calls and the different types. You've got events, which is text messages or MMS messages, and then underneath that you've got the data breakdown, so the data usage for that month. Then below that we also have a breakdown of each individual call file for that particular number, breaking down the type of usage. Again, this is like Excel, so we can filter different columns. We can also untick certain boxes, so we can filter usage to just data, for example. Also, we could filter the cost column in descending order, so we could look at the highest charges first to see what the high usage charges were for that particular number for that month. And also here you're able to download a CSV file of the usage for that particular month in Excel. So let's now go to the Unbilled Details tab. On this tab we can have a look at the charges that numbers have used within the current month. So this will be from the first of the month. Again, as before, we can sort columns by data usage or by voice usage, for example. We can look at more records per page. It will always default to 10, but we can change that to all, and then filter these columns so we can see what numbers have got the high usage charges or which numbers have got high data charges. Again, as before, we can search by username like Anton in here, or search by mobile number. So now if we click the I symbol, this will drill down into the usage of that particular number in the current month. We have these donuts here. This donut will tell you how much of the data allowance has been used within the current month. So we can see this one's used 95%. And also there's the option to create alerts, but we'll come on to the alerts in a second. Underneath, it's similar to the invoice screen where you have the individual files and usage, which again, just as before, you can filter to specific things such as data or text or calls, and again you can filter the columns as well via cost, country code and things like that. So very similar to the invoice screen, and you can also download a CSV as well of the usage in Excel. So now we'll go back to the home screen and we'll have a look at the alert manager section of the portal. So we come to admin tools and alert manager, and from here we can view all the alerts that are currently set up against all the numbers on the account. We'll be able to see all the different types of alerts underneath here, and we can search for alerts by a number or by username again. So once I've found the number, if I want to edit the alert, I come to the blue pencil, and this is where I can customize the alert. So I'm able to change the figures here. This is spend figures, so I can change the lower figure, for example, the lower threshold, the upper threshold, and also the bar threshold. If I don't want there to be a bar, I can leave this section blank, and that means it will alert only and not bar. On the next screen, this is where I can customize whether to send text messages to the user and also send emails. I can send a combination of the two, or either or. So on the next screen, this is where I can select the mobile numbers to receive the text alert. I can choose up to 3 numbers separated by a comma, or I can choose up to 3 email addresses, again separated by a comma, that can be chosen to receive the alerts. I can also, if I want to, change the alert name to be a customized name that will appear on the alert that goes via text or email. So once I've renamed the alert, I can then hit the blue confirm button, and that alert has now changed, and as you can see here. So these alerts can always be customized from this screen by hitting the blue pencil. Again, I can do the same thing with the data alerts by changing the percentage figures, by typing over them, or I can move the bars across. Either or will work. Once I've changed the percentages, I'll hit next, and then as before I can choose to send a text, an email, or both. By ticking the relevant boxes, I hit the blue next, and from here, just as before, I can add up to 3 email addresses, and again I can change the alert name and hit confirm, and that's done. And as you can see, that's changed. So anytime that I want to check alerts and the status of alerts, I can come across to the left hand side. At the status here, if it's active, that means the alert is currently active. If it says barred, that means the alert's been triggered, or if it's hit lower limit or upper limit, it will tell us on the left hand side here under the status column. And finally, in the alerts, there is an option to do alerts in bulk or edit existing alerts in bulk using an Excel spreadsheet, which you can download and then edit accordingly. So now we'll go to the final tab, which is the self-service tab. Under this tab, you can do a multitude of different things that will raise tickets. The option you've got, for example, the first one is changing username. It's very simple. Again, you can search by mobile or username. You get this screen where you just put in the new username, press next, tick the confirmation box, and then hit finish, and then that will change instantly on the system. The next option under self-service is request SIM change. So we click on request SIM change here, and it's a very similar screen to the change username. Again, we can search by username or mobile number. We click the blue eye symbol, hit request SIM change, and it tells us the existing SIM number, and we can add the new SIM number in here. So we need to put the full SIM number in here, including the prefix. If the SIM number is incorrect or not a valid SIM or doesn't have enough digits, it will give an error message to confirm or to advise you to put in the correct SIM number. If the SIM number is correct, it will allow you to hit the green next, and that SIM swap will go through to the network. So we go to the next one option down, which is change tariff. We first select the network at the top left from the drop down, and we actually select the new tariff first by searching in the box. We can add in information such as small biz 6 gig, for example, RRP, but we can also add the price in here, and that will usually find the tariff much easier. So as I put the £35.50 into there, I can then choose the tariff, and then I choose the numbers or number that the tariff change will apply to. Again, I can search by username or I can search by number in the search box. I then hit the green toggles against the appropriate numbers that it will apply to, hit the next screen. This is a confirmation screen that tells me the tariff I'm changing to and the mobile numbers and SIM numbers that it will apply to. If I'm happy that that's correct, I can then hit the green confirm and complete, and that will change the tariff. The next section is the add and remove bars. So as before, we choose the network from the drop down at the top left. We choose the bar first. So in this example, I'll choose the GPRS bar, but I want to add the GPRS bar on. So I change the state on the right hand side to on. I then hit the next button, and this is where I choose the numbers that I want the GPRS bar to be applied to. Again, I can choose the mobile number or I can add in the username. Once I found the correct number, I change the green toggle to yes, and then this is the summary screen of the bar, the numbers that it will apply to, the current state of that bar, and then what I'll be changing it to. So it's going to go on and it says it will apply. Once I hit confirm and complete, that will then add that bar on, and that will go through to the network. If I wanted to take a GPRS bar off, I select it as on the left, but then I leave the status as grayed off. This means I want the GPRS bar to be turned off on a number. If I want to do multiple bars, I can do as well. And then on the next screen, this is where I choose the numbers that the bars will be removed from. So again, I can toggle on the appropriate numbers on the right hand side to yes. Also on this screen, I can hit the green plus in the middle of the screen, and that will tell me what bars are currently, if any, on the numbers. On the final screen, this again is the summary. It tells me the bars, what I'm trying to turn off. If the bars are already off and I'm trying to turn the bars off, it will tell me that already exists, so no action will be taken. Vice versa, if the bars are already on and I'm trying to add the bars on, again it will tell me that the bars already exist and that no action will be taken. Now if you want to check the current status of any numbers and any bars that may already be on there, you can go to the Report Generator tab at the top and select Bars on Services. If there are any bars currently active on numbers, you'll be able to search via username or mobile number in the box and it will tell you all the numbers which currently have bars on. So this account doesn't currently have any bars against any number. You can also select by network at the top left and also download a CSV and Excel if there's lots of numbers there for you to look at. So now we'll go to the next section, which is the Add and Remove Bolt-on section. So from here, this is where you can add and remove bolt-ons. Similar to before, you choose the network first in the top left, and you actually choose the bolt-on that you want to either add or remove first. So for example, if I'm adding a top-up, I can put the top-up details in the search box. I then select it on the left-hand side and then go to the next screen and then select the numbers as before that it applies to. I can do multiple numbers in one go. Then on the final screen, we've got the bolt-on details, the number. It's currently off. I'm going to be adding it on. If I hit confirm, that then adds that bolt-on on. So now we go to the final option, which is support tickets. This is where we can raise support tickets to Zest4 for all manner of different things, as listed here. You can search in the search box for the type of ticket you want to raise. This could be for pack codes, billing queries, all manner of different things. You just type in the search box pack, for example, and it will give you descriptions of the type of tickets and the SLAs and things like that. If you want to raise that ticket, you click the green Use This button on the right hand side. So for example here, if we did a billing query, we choose billing query. If there is a file that we need to download, it'll have the file here which we'll need to fill in and then upload to the system. If there's no file present, then we don't necessarily need to upload a file, though you can always choose to upload a file if you need to upload some supporting evidence. The subject boxes and the text boxes are free text, so you can type whatever you feel is relevant. So if this was a billing query, I could put billing query in the subject and then just write what that billing query is in the description box. Once I've written the description and I'm happy with it, I can then hit the green Create Support Ticket option on the right, and that will create a ticket that will go through to Zest4 and be picked up by the relevant department. Once I've clicked on the Create Support Ticket, it gives me details of the ticket, including the ticket ID number. So now if I want to view my tickets, I can go to the ticket icon in the top right and view my tickets. So this is all the tickets that have been raised against the account, and if I click the green eye next to the relevant ticket, this then gives me details of that ticket, who it's been assigned to, which department, and also it'll give me some notes. So it'll tell the notes that I've written in the ticket, but also if Zest4 have replied to the ticket, it will give me that information here as well. It will also allow me to reopen closed tickets. I can also add files to the ticket and do all manner of different things in this part of the portal. So once I filled in the box, information in the box, if I just hit update ticket or choose file, it will update automatically in the ticket. And finally, if I want to view my tickets or any tickets have been raised, I click on my tickets and then I can view any ticket that's been raised against the account, past or present. I can search for the ticket ID in this box. And that's it. And that concludes the Zest4 portal demonstration. I hope you've enjoyed it. Thank you.